Okay, well, I'm here to talk to you principally about the StickyWorld Collaborative Research and Development Project, which has culminated in March in the Collaboration Café exhibition upstairs, which you've all seen. Talk's called Close for Coffee, Open for Collaboration, because actually the exhibition was going to close tomorrow, but Building Centre have kindly extended it to April 17th, and then I think the exhibition is going to Scott Brownrigg's way. So, but the main point is that we're always open for collaboration. I'm going to start with a story which I think a lot of people are familiar with, but it's a story that keeps troubling me. I'm not sure quite its place in collaboration. This is the story of the scorpion and the frog. And very, very briefly, for those who don't know it, the frog's sitting on the side of the river, and the scorpion comes along with a brilliant offer to say, take me to the other side of the river and I'll be very, very grateful. And the frog said, well, I'm not going to do that, I'm stupid. And the scorpion says, well, I'm not going to sting you, am I? Because if I sting you, then we'll both die and drown. And the frog, short of a little bit of collaboration risk management, says, okay, that's brilliant, I'll do that. And takes the scorpion on his back. Halfway along across the river, the frog suddenly feels a sting and becomes numb and realises that the scorpion has indeed stung the frog. And as the two creatures start to drown, the frog turns around to the scorpion and says, why on earth did you do that? Now we're both going to die. And the scorpion shrugs his shoulders, if scorpions have shoulders, and says, I don't know, it's in my nature. So, although it's not, the set out of the collaboration isn't great between the scorpion and the frog, I think there's a sort of a hanging concern when two individual parties start to do some work together. And I know that from experience in the built environment, that's everywhere. And actually, within our sticky note survey, which we carried on for the last month upstairs in the cafe and online, this rather delightful picture was the answer to collaboration with clients is ... You'll find on the back of your sheets we've actually left you some sticky notes which we'd like you all to at least have a bash at today to complete our survey. And I think there's obviously no author, but I think this is a picture of a client, which is a dinosaur, and I think those people with spears at the bottom are the design team or contractors. But anyway, this was someone's answer to collaboration with clients. So there's a real problem for any technologists. I think it's not just about technology. There is a sort of a cultural challenge, and there are barriers to address. And I think in setting up this symposium, we were interested to hear a conversation that goes beyond technology and into these areas. Happy to say that the story of the StickyWorld, a collaborative research and development project, which I should clarify is collaborative R&D funded by the Technology Strategy Board to build a collaborative technology. So it's a kind of circular thing. But critically, there were no frogs or scorpions or dinosaurs on the team. And the team, as you can see, the team is Slide Studio ourselves with 4 architects, the university, and critically funded by the Technology Strategy Board, who demand collaborative approaches if you're going to get any of the funding. So they don't fund research without that collaboration. So as a public sector funding body, they see the importance of it. But we also opened it up unofficially to other collaborators and mainly some smaller parties who had some key insights who could help us. Right down to Brownrigg Architects, who just gave us space to go and escape our single space office in the University of East London, out to Brick Lane to go and brainstorm. So we've had lots of help from different parties, and now working with other players to try and get StickyWorld out to see how it could be used to them. So what is StickyWorld? Well, if anyone's been to the website, stickyworld.com, you'll see our first offering. StickyWorld is about rooms for review. So we're basically saying we are landlords and we'll offer you a room to carry out project review. In fact, we want to be the project review and exhibition platform for creative business and education. And it's quite important that it's both creative business and education, because we see there's a real tie-up between the education landscape and then actually what we start doing as professionals out in business. It's project review and exhibition. That's a particular USP that we're trying to develop, and I'll talk more about that. The other thing I should say, I see there's people from the Technology Strategy Board here. We won the funding for digital technologies in the creative industries. This is one of the first collaborative R&D projects in large projects in that sector. And the creative industries is quite interesting because it covers so many different industries. And whilst many architects in the room might have come across the Technology Strategy Board through retrofit, for instance, which is part of the low impact building programme, I think the thing about architecture is it actually has its feet in two sectors. We're starting in the built environment, but we think we've built something which is of wider creative benefit. And our ambition is actually about supporting collaborative review in education, in practice, with clients and with communities. So it's this knowledge exchange across the project stakeholders, across the project timeline that we're so interested in.